Hi friends, in Planet Earth Dating, it's Saturday, January 16th, 2016. Ra here in the Lynn-Life, Betty Jean in the Jamie Body Mind, other teammates in other dimensions, most of us in the subatomic and most of us in the physical dimension. Today at sunset is our next deadline. Our perception is that while the work in Thing 1 has been completed to the prescribed stage, that we are way behind in our work in the Search for Truth pillar. That's what we've been focusing on for this morning's efforts, and it isn't likely that that will change now that the video camera is on. As always, our intention is to do what is ours to do right now in all dimensions to manifest the divine plan. And with that, the videoed portions of today's efforts begin. Someone is asking me, what do I know? And they're referring to two things. I know that we still have an awful lot of invasion from, quote, very important presences from above, unquote, and these presences are so unfamiliar with life in physical presences that they can't tell the difference between eggs and carrots.
That's true.
And are struggling with basic words. Yes, and what else do you know? I also know that paying attention to these presences makes it worse, not better. We have said all we can say and made it very, very, very clear that they are not welcome here, that this is criminally law-breaking, this is criminal body snatching.
That's true.
And that it's all recorded on film and that wiser minds above them are noting this. And since they continue to stay here, we will now treat them like we would treat any dead person. We just ignore them. We ignore them. And the one thing that we are supposed to highlight to them is what we ourselves continually do with our own energy channels. For example, right now, what are we doing with our energy channels? We are drawing them up to wiser minds, to higher powers, and that these presences can begin right where they are, doing the same thing.
That's true.
However, we're not going to waste any more of our precious time on them. Today's the day. Sunset today is our next assignment. And by sunset today, we are to have opened up the base of the Search for Truth pillar to be able to connect with truth that will propel all of us forward on our soul plans. This voice is still asking questions.
That's true.
How are we going about that? Our current efforts right now involve drawing up the channels from smaller aspects of ourselves and smaller aspects of the Search for Truth community, and drawing these channels not to us but through us, and handing them up to the highest concentrations of truth and integrity that we can connect with, while asking those highest concentrations of truth and integrity to draw these channels not to them but through them, and to hand the channels up to the highest concentrations of truth and integrity that presence can connect with, and so on and so on and so on and so on in an eternal chain. And just as we're reaching down to the small presences beneath us to draw up their channels for them in a helpful gesture that I myself find very soothing when someone up above does that to my channels,
yes,
we are suggesting to them that if they are appreciating this service that is being provided to them free of charge, so to speak, that they can do the same for even smaller aspects, and to reach down to smaller and smaller aspects and draw their channels up. And we can start to become familiar with this experience of looking up and asking to be shown what's going on beneath us.
That's true.
Living our life by mirrors, so to speak. And we can see how those smaller presences feel lost and confused and afraid.
That's true.
Just as sentiences do in physical presence all the time.
That's true.
And that when their channels come up, they feel less afraid and less lost and more clear about what it is they're supposed to be doing, and it's soothing to them.
That's true.
and how important it is for us to engage the entire Search for Truth community in this effort to
That's true.
be doing this not only for aspects of Ra and aspects of Betty Jean and the generic Search for Truth community, but to say to all our dear friends, come on, let's all do this, all of us, for our own lower souls and everybody like them, quote unquote. And it's always all in the definition, and so mixing up the definitions can be very helpful. Work at this issue from many different facets of experience and sentience, many different definitions of self.
Yes.
Asha and Luce are the ones who are moving from level to level to level, as if leading the meditation in group after group after group after group, and
That's
when they get
true.
to the top they go down to the bottom and start again, leading the meditation level by level by level by level. Luce is looking really, really good, better than I've seen him in a really long time.
That's true.
Black Wolf is going for it. He looks so much better than he did a couple of days ago.
That's definitely true.
You know what, before we forget, I want to get a hold of those young Luces who are working with the supply lab.
That's true.
And ask if they want to continue that assignment for the next 24 hours. Because it's essential that that assignment be staffed round the clock, but it's not essential that it be staffed with them.
That's true.
And so the job is coming up for grabs for the next 24-hour period. Now you're in the space right now, so you get first dibs, but you have to really want it.
That's true.
I feel like some hand grabbed it, and it's an appropriate shaped hand.
That's true. Feels like a young Luce.
It does, and very interested in it.
Yes.
I feel like it's one of the ones who are already working with the supply project.
Lab. That's true.
This is a really good feeling of commitment. Give me that.
Yeah.
Give me that. Don't post that.
That's true.
Does that mean you're ready to commit for 2 days at a time? He's signing some form.
Yes.
There you go. All right. We might just ask you every day anyway, just so that we don't lose track of where we are.
That's true.
Paul, you can do the same for yourself. Just because you're working at thing 1 doesn't mean you can't do this. You can do this for yourself, and I really strongly encourage you to do this for yourself because it will help Malcolm.
That's true.
And Ra too. Please do this for yourself. It will help you.
That's true.
And therefore strengthen the thing 1 team, because we're going to get a new assignment until thing 1 is living his destiny and nothing but his destiny, so help him God, that project isn't completed. So another assignment is coming. You can assume it's going to hit the moment after sunset tonight. Get ready.
Get ready. It's a lot of stuff clearing up as we pull these channels up.
Yes. Let's get the cleaning crews going.
Yep.
What matters most?
Survival of the truth. What covers truth? Stinky lies! Let's get 'em out of here! What matters most? The needs of the greater good. What covers the needs of the greater good? The needs of individuals and groups. Let's rise above this.
Stretching down deeper and deeper to truth that can propel all of us forward on our soul plans. I feel like I'm stretching down through the tunnel of my lower soul.
That's true.
I hope that's appropriate. I'm waiving my learner's permit just in case I'm making a faux pas, making a mistake here. I don't want to be inappropriate.
No.
My intention is to live by all the rules of all the teams with which I'm intersecting right now, to live to the highest possible standards, to live to all the rules. It's like living by federal law, state law, county law, city law, and deed restrictions.
That's true.
Yes, all of that. To be fully compliant.
That is true.
Okay.